Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Royal News Network. I'm Warrant Officer Class 1 Raven, your first anchor, and here's my co-anchor.
Hello everyone, it's me Lollipops. And now into our first story. On Saturday, September 10th, the British Armed Forces witnessed the debut of the first Red Flag tournament. This high-energy multi-stage event brought ace pilots from across the bath to test their mettle in various player versus player trials. The 2-hour-long event involved two teams, the 808th Squadron and the Royal Air Force. Standard with most air-based competitions, participants of the Red Flag tournament engage in both team-based and individual dogfights. The team-based dogfights was a round-based 4v4 encounter, while the 1v1 was display of individual talent and piloting. Although dogfight is a skill many pilots take great pride in, the Red Flag tournament boasted much more than just your typical sky-high skirmish. The two teams also participated in time trials with a simple premise but fierce competition. In the end, the 808th pulled through in all three events and took home the victory. Participants left a sense of camaraderie and newfound respect of each other's skills. Despite being in its infancy, Event House Commander DD-93 has many plans going forward to develop the Red Flag tournament and bring more air-based events to the British Armed Forces. Those interested in participating in future events can keep their attention on the BAF team-up calendar found within the Discord server.
How's the weather in Room in the Rain, Mr. GrimReaper?
Seriously?
Why did you ask that question? It's obvious that it's raining.
For our next segment today, we have a small assortment of different announcements for you. To begin, within this past month of September, a great tragedy has struck the British royal family. On September 8th, 2022, the Queen of England, Elizabeth II, passed away at the age of 96 years old. As the author of tremendous social change during her 70-year reign, her passing evoked a global flood of mourning. In an uncertain world, Elizabeth II's presence was a source of stability and a natural pride for many generations of Britons. Even though she is no longer of this earth, her legacy will continue on for many years to come. Following Elizabeth II's passing, her son, Charles III, ascended to the throne at the age of 73, and as a result of this, members of the British Armed Forces may see slight changes in the nomenclature around the server. This includes titles such as Her Majesty's Ship being changed to His Majesty's Ship.
In other news, the RNN would like to attend a congratulation to the crew of the HMS Jormungandr D-35, led by Navy Lieutenant Calvas, for winning September's Naval Games Tournament. If you're interested in participating in the next Naval Games Tournament, be sure to secure your position for the next tourney, which will be held on Friday, October 28th at 1600 EST. For our last announcement, on Saturday, September 24th, United Kingdom Special Forces found themselves once more in pitched combat against an unknown private military contractor. While their motives remain unclear, the UKSF is actively working toward mitigating the threat to the British Armed Forces and its members. For those interested in joining the fight alongside the UKSF, entry information may be found in the British Armed Forces Discord server under the text channel heading UKSF.
And now, on to our next big story of the evening. As we reach the conclusion for today's episode, the Royal News Network would like to extend a personal congratulations and thank you to all members of the British Armed Forces for the recent 1-year anniversary of our community. From the very beginning of our community, we were destined to reach great heights due to the efforts provided by each and every member. No matter what role you may serve, your mere presence contributes to the biggest factor that makes this community as special as it is: its members. While we've come a long way since day one and achieved many of the goals set by the British Armed Forces, the desire to provide a safe and welcoming community for all is a task firmly embedded within the mission of the BAF.
And now, into a lovely interview with Lieutenant Commander Hannah Rose, CEO of the HMS Fortuna.
Hello, everyone. It's Gurlz from the Media Corps. I'm here with Lieutenant Commander Hannah Rose, newly appointed CEO of the Coast Guard.
Yo.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just got a new phone, day off. I can't complain. Got some
Ooh,
questions
that's
for you.
nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, it's good. It's going good. All right. So, in your opinion, what's the hardest thing about becoming or being an officer in the BAF?
Definitely is knowing when you're right, when you should do an action. Sometimes you have a different vision of the world, a different vision of life, and that may clash sometimes. But at the same time, we have such a good team, such a diverse team that it makes it easier. You always have someone to tell you, hey, you can do this, you can do that. Someone to help you out. We're never alone. So that's
Right?
it.
Yeah, being a team. Awesome. Being a team does indeed help. And something I like to preach, rely on your peers. It's good to hear you're doing all right. Next one we got is from Katsumi-kun. Sorry if I butchered your name. What drives you forward in the group?
Hi, Katsubi. What drives me forward in the group definitely is the community because everyone is so creative. Everyone puts so much effort, and I've learned so much. I've grown up so much in this group, and I want to grow up more. I want to know more. I want to be better. And this group's helped me a lot with that. So that's what makes me stay. That's what's motivating me, how much I can improve with you guys.
All right. I love that answer. Love that. Next one we have is from Zaraka XIV. They said, cool to see you made it to be interviewed. And I also wanted to ask, out of curiosity, where did the idea for your name come from?
So I had my name was Rosen, and I got tired of Rosen. And at the time, I was very into Japanese culture, and I said, I want to keep the flower theme, but I don't like any other flowers. So I said, how is flower in Japanese? Hana. Oh, okay, Hana. But then Hana was alone, and I said, a tribute, to my previous name that is Rose. Hannah Rose. Then that's it. That's how it's take. But I find it so funny that everyone thinks Hannah is my name, and it's not. It just means flower in Japanese.
Interesting. I won't even lie. I thought your name was Hannah for a long while. Actually, up until just now, I thought your name was Hannah. But fair game. Fair enough. Okay, so for the next one, we have from Ghost25 or Ghost XXV, however you choose to pronounce your name. They ask, have you ever lost your cool? And they said, because I know he's one of the sweetest people in the BAF, and I don't think I've ever seen you get super mad.
Oh, definitely has. And definitely some people had to come to me and say, hey, turn it down, calm down. It's not like this. We are all humans, so there are going to be times where something is going to stress us out so much that we won't even feel we are exploding. And when I'm excited, I talk like, ooh, super excited and super aggressive sometimes, and that can give the wrong impression. So definitely. But I try my best to keep my cool, to like understand that the other person has different point of views. I try to understand the point of views before I answer and breathe a lot. I breathe a lot.
Yeah, that's valid. I'm sure you've caught me in a couple meetings where I've lost my cool a little bit, but breathing, breathing does help.
Yeah.
And bring yourself
But you're
down.
great, girls. You're great. You're great.
Aw, thank you. Too kind. And our last question comes from our newest Navy officer, Karma Sullivan. And they ask, as a
Ooh.
non-native English speaker, do you think that you're improving your English and knowledge by being a part of this community?
Oh, definitely. You can ask the field marshal. You can ask anyone. When I first joined, I didn't speak a single word in English, and I don't know why. I lost my English so much. I went on LOA and I lost everything. But being here, talking so much with other people, and I ask so much, like, what does this mean? Is this written? Of course, when I get excited, I kind of lose my English a bit, to be honest. But I feel people more and more get my point. They are understanding what I'm saying. I feel like I speak clear now, and that has a lot to do with drill corps too. To be honest, it made me improve a lot my stand, and then being an officer improved a lot that too. Being here with you guys and working, having to step forward more. So definitely it helps a lot, a lot. Could not recommend a better option than joining this group for that.
Hey, two birds with one stone. You get to have fun, improve on your English. I take that as a win-win. And that
Yes.
actually wraps up the questions. Thank you so much for coming out and being interviewed with us. You've been great.
Oh, thank you so much. Bye.
Now, on to Air Marshal Friendly Souls for our monthly financial update.
Thank you, Raven. Now then, to the Royal Mint, we'll be talking about our earnings and expenditures for September. As you can see, other earnings at the bottom here, we have just over $410 that we've made for September. Just the Patreon, remember, we're not counting any merchandise because obviously we haven't sold any bath merchandise for September yet. The store opened the next month, so you'll be seeing that coming next month. So for this one, we have two simpler ones. On the one on the left, which is the green one, is of course the Patreon subscriptions. That's the words like Black Cat and other ones that we subscribe to, and a couple of ones which can have to prepay for 3 months in advance, which is why it's kind of bigger this month. On the other side, we have what I'm calling merchandise commissions. This is kind of secret. You're going to be seeing it when the Halloween event comes forward. It's a commission we've had, and you're kind of going to notice it is kind of like similar to the commission we had for the Fab Festival, where we had a picture commission, then you got to buy merchandise and stuff like that. So that's something to look forward to. And, well, very simple month for this one. Next one's going to be a doozy because we're going to be having the merchandise store included. Back to the anchors.
Alrighty, everybody, that just about wraps it all up. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the RN.
Come to Night Owls every Friday night, 2200 EST.
Brim, get back here.
Hey,
I apologize for that, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go on out of here. So stay hydrated.
Bye, guys.